Wealth does not begin in the pocket. It begins in the mind. Until you grasp this truth, not as an idea, but as a principle by which you live, you will struggle against forces you don't even understand. You will work harder and harder and achieve only scraps, wondering why success eludes you while others seem to attract it effortlessly. But there is no mystery. There is no accident. The secret to wealth is not outside of you, it is within you. And that secret is called the law of attraction. Now let me make this clear. The law of attraction is not fantasy. It is not magic. It is not wishful thinking. It is a law just as real, just as exact as the law of gravity. And it governs your results, whether you believe in it or not. What you think about consistently, what you feel with emotion, what you act upon in harmony, this becomes your reality. Your mind is a magnet, and the dominant thoughts you hold are the blueprint of your future. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. This is the foundational principle that every man seeking wealth must etch into his being. If you desire riches, you must first think riches. You must feel abundance before the evidence arrives. You must believe in wealth with such certainty that the external world begins to reflect your internal condition. Most men make the mistake of believing that thought is powerless without action. And while action is vital, it is the direction of that action that determines your outcome. Thought is the compass. It is the origin point. If your thoughts are rooted in lack, fear, scarcity, and doubt, then no matter how much you do, you will always struggle. Because your vibration, your mental frequency, your emotional signature is repelling the very thing you say you want. But when you shift your thoughts, when you discipline your mind to focus on prosperity, to imagine wealth, to expect success, you change everything. Now understand this. Thought alone is not enough. It must be fused with belief, not passive wishing, not hollow hope, but belief that is rooted in emotion, belief that moves you to action, belief that refuses to compromise. The law of attraction responds to your emotionalized thought. It is not interested in what you say. It is moved by what you feel. If your desire is backed by fear, you will attract fear. If your goal is stained with worry, you will attract resistance. But if your desire is saturated with faith, if you see yourself already in possession of the wealth you seek, then the law begins to work in your favor. And that is where so many fail. They want money, but they think poverty. They desire riches, but they entertain fear. They visualize success, but speak like victims. And the law, being impersonal, responds to their vibration, not their words. It gives back exactly what they radiate. The man who masters the law of attraction does not merely repeat affirmations, he becomes the embodiment of them. He lives as though the money is already his. He moves with the posture of prosperity. He walks with the certainty of a man who is attracting what he desires, not chasing it. You must feel wealthy before you are wealthy. You must see riches before you touch them. You must believe in the abundance of the universe before it begins to pour into your life. This is not delusion, this is creation. All things that exist first existed in the unseen. The buildings around you were once drawings. The fortunes of great men were once quiet visions. The products you use, the tools you hold, the wealth you admire, it all began in someone's mind. So what are you building in your mind? Is it wealth or worry? Every moment you think in alignment with abundance, you are adding bricks to your fortune. Every moment you doubt, you are tearing down what you've built. You must become aware of your thoughts, not once a day, but constantly. Monitor them, shape them, direct them. They are not innocent. They are not idle. They are the architects of your life. If you would attract wealth, you must eliminate contradiction. Do not speak of riches while feeling poor. Do not visualize success while complaining of struggle. Do not ask for abundance while believing in shortage. Your mind must become a temple of congruence. Every word, every thought, every action aligned with the vibration of wealth. What does this look like? It means waking up and giving thanks for what you desire as though it is already yours. It means speaking as a man who is already blessed. It means carrying yourself with the dignity of a man who expects increase not out of arrogance but out of alignment. Wealth is not arrogant. Wealth is not loud. Wealth is a vibration, a state of being, a relationship with the unseen forces that govern cause and effect. You are not here to beg the universe. You are here to align with it. And alignment begins with imagination. Do not underestimate the power of your mental images. The mind thinks in pictures, and whatever pictures you hold with emotion, with faith, with repetition, those become your experience. If you want to attract wealth, begin by seeing it in detail, in color, in clarity. See your bank account full. See your business flourishing. See yourself handling wealth with confidence and wisdom. Feel it. Experience it. Make it real in your mind long before it becomes real in your hand. You are not fantasizing. You are programming. The subconscious mind, the part of you that drives behavior, decisions, and results, cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. And the more you impress the image of wealth upon it, the more it begins to shift your reality to match. You will begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You will meet people who align with your new vibration. You will attract resources, ideas, connections, and moments that feel like luck but are in truth the law at work. The world will call it coincidence. You will know it is creation. But be warned. The law does not serve the undecided. You must be clear in what you want. You must hold the vision steady. You cannot change your vibration every other day and expect consistent results. The law responds to persistence. It rewards those who believe before the evidence. So choose your desire, write it down, speak it daily, visualize it morning and night, act in harmony with it every hour of the day. And when doubt comes, and it will, you speak your vision louder. You do not entertain fear. You replace it. You override it. You transmute it. This is the secret that has built every fortune worth having. No man has ever amassed great wealth without first holding the image of it in his mind and refusing to let it go. The outer riches always follow the inner certainty. You must become a vessel for abundance. Not by luck, not by inheritance, but by design. And design means discipline. Discipline your thoughts. Discipline your emotions. Discipline your attention. Do not consume content that weakens your belief. Do not engage in conversations that pull you into doubt. Do not spend time with people whose energy contradicts your desire. This is not cruelty. It is clarity. You are cultivating a vibration so powerful, so magnetic, that it pulls wealth toward you as surely as gravity pulls objects to the earth. And when that wealth begins to appear, and it will, you treat it with honor. You do not waste it. You do not fear it. You manage it. You multiply it. You use it to grow, to serve, to expand your life and the lives of others. The law of attraction does not just bring wealth to those who believe. It brings more wealth to those who handle it wisely. Money flows where it is respected, where it is put to work, where it is used with intention. So become the kind of man who can hold what he attracts. That is true wealth, not the size of your income, but the strength of your mindset. Now ask yourself, are you thinking like a rich man or a poor one? Are your words filled with increase or with lack? Are your habits those of a man expecting prosperity or of a man preparing for failure? The truth will be found not in what you say, but in what you repeat. Change your repetitions, and you will change your reality. And this is not something you try for a week. This is something you live. The law of attraction is not a trick. It is a truth. And those who build their lives upon it, those who align their thoughts, their speech, and their habits with abundance will attract more than money. They will attract the freedom, the peace, the joy, and the power that wealth, rightly used, brings. You are not waiting for wealth to come. You are becoming the kind of man who attracts it naturally. And once that transformation is complete, no force on earth will be able to stop it from flowing into your life. The law of attraction does not respond to the man who wishes, it responds to the man who expects, the man who demands more, not from the world, but from himself. Wealth is not given to those who wait for it. It is drawn to those who embody it, men who have trained their inner world to match the life they desire on the outside. Your current circumstances are not the issue. Your lack of money is not the block. Your past failures are not your curse. The only thing standing between you and abundance is the identity you continue to live by. Change your identity and the flow of wealth changes with it. This is where most fall short. They focus on external methods, strategies, tricks, shortcuts. They scramble to find ways to attract more, yet never examine who they are while doing it. You cannot attract riches while believing you are undeserving. You cannot experience prosperity while embodying limitation. The law of attraction answers only to truth, the truth you carry within your subconscious. You must therefore become the kind of man who believes wealth is his natural state, not a fantasy, not a future, but a now. That belief must not be weak, it must not be conditional. It must become part of your nervous system, part of your breath, part of your walk, your tone, your decision-making. It must live inside you so strongly that the world around you has no choice but to mirror it. Now let us speak clearly about vibration. Your thoughts carry frequency. Your emotions carry energy. Your actions carry power. All three form your vibration. And this vibration, once consistent and clear, becomes the signal you send to the universe. If you are inconsistent, you attract chaos. If you are unclear, you attract confusion. If you are ruled by doubt, you will draw more reason to doubt. But if you rise above that, and you begin to vibrate at the level of creation itself. At that level, you are no longer waiting for wealth. You are commanding it not through force, but through alignment. You command not by demanding from the outside world, but by becoming immovable on the inside. Speak this to yourself. I am no longer available for poverty. Repeat it until it becomes a law in your being. Declare it. Write it. Etch it in your schedule, in your conduct, in your tone. Because once you truly reject lack, the universe begins to deliver everything required to replace it. You will see it in people, the right ones arriving. You will see it in timing, openings that feel like miracles. You will see it in ideas, flashes of genius that seem divinely timed. But none of it is random. It is all response. The law of attraction is always listening, always responding, always aligning your outer world with your inner condition. So elevate your inner condition. Now let us discuss action. Many misunderstand the law. They believe it to be passive, as if thought alone will bring riches. But thought, unacted upon, is like seed never planted. You must act, but act in faith. You must move not because results are guaranteed, but because you are in harmony with the belief that they are coming. Do not act from desperation. Act from destiny. Do not work to survive. Work to embody the man who has already succeeded. Your work, your movement, your efforts, they are not begging, they are alignment. You are becoming the man who lives the life you once dreamed of. And that becoming cannot happen without motion. But it must be the right motion. Frantic movement is not the same as inspired action. You must first quiet the noise, go inward, find the signal, find the vision, then move with certainty. Every action should come from belief, not fear. Do not chase money. Let money chase you. And how does that happen? You become so valuable, so aligned, so focused that your presence is magnetic. People sense your clarity, your confidence, your command. And that energy draws opportunity, clients, resources, investors, partners, everything you once had to beg for. You no longer chase, you attract. But to do this, you must master one critical power, focus. Scattered focus is the enemy of wealth. A divided mind cannot attract anything consistently. You must know what you want. You must decide once and never waver. Every day you change your goal, you reset the law's response. You delay your blessing. You confuse the signal. Decide what you want. Lock it in. Then think only thoughts that affirm it. Speak only words that reflect it. Take only actions that enforce it. Your focus is your frequency. Hold it strong enough, and the universe will tune in. Now, some will ask, how do I believe in something I cannot yet see? And the answer is simple. By practicing belief, just as you train your body, you train your faith. You rehearse success in your mind until it becomes more familiar than doubt. You rehearse abundance until it becomes more comfortable than struggle. Start small. Begin each morning by seeing the version of you who already has the wealth. Sit with him, walk with him, observe him. Then ask, how would he behave today? And go behave that way. That is how you collapse time. You do not wait 10 years to become him. You act like him now, and the gap begins to close. Reality begins to shift, and what once felt far becomes normal. This is how you collapse timelines. This is how you override circumstance. This is how you attract wealth with power and precision. You don't wait for your reality to change your identity. You change your identity, and reality obeys. This is the law, and it rewards only those who persist. The law of attraction is not a vending machine. It is not ask once, receive instantly. It is a mirror that responds to consistency. It reflects who you are most often, not who you are occasionally. So build rituals that reinforce wealth. Write your goal every day. Speak it aloud every night. Visualize your ideal reality until it becomes more real than your current one. Feel wealth. Express gratitude for it. Act as if it has already arrived. This is not pretending, it is training. You are conditioning your nervous system to live in a state of abundance, and once that becomes your emotional home, wealth will find its way to your door. You must also eliminate all language of lack. Never say, I can't afford it. Never say money is hard to get. Never say, it never works for me. These words are spells, and your subconscious listens. Every time you speak limitation, you reinforce the pattern, but when you speak abundance, even in lack, you begin to shift your field. Say instead, money flows to me easily. I am becoming a magnet for wealth. My actions are aligned with prosperity. These words are not just positive, they are creative. They mold your inner state. And your inner state molds your results. This is how you rewrite your story. Word by word, belief by belief, habit by habit. Soon you will think like a rich man without effort. You will move with confidence, without second guessing. You will invest in yourself without fear. And that shift will terrify your old self. It will try to return, to keep you safe, to talk you back into struggle. But you are no longer available for that version. You have outgrown him. You have ascended. You have remembered who you are. A creator, not a beggar. A master, not a victim. A man who builds his life through the invisible forces that govern all success. The law of attraction does not favor the lucky. It favors the aligned. And you now know what alignment means. It means you speak differently, think differently, walk differently, surround yourself differently, expect differently. And when all of these things match your vision, your life will be forced to match it too. Because the universe does not resist a man who has become his desire. It simply delivers. Now that you understand how to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with wealth, the next step is to sustain it. Because attracting wealth is not the end, it is the beginning of your stewardship. The law of attraction will deliver what you hold in your dominant vibration, but whether you maintain it depends on whether your character is equal to your creation. This is why many lose what they gain. They attract abundance through temporary belief, but they cannot hold it because they never became the kind of person who can sustain it. Their thoughts reverted to doubt. Their emotions fell back into fear. Their self-image remained small. And the law, faithful as ever, adjusted their reality to match. You must rise beyond temporary success and become permanently expanded. You must learn to think as a man who not only achieves wealth, but keeps it, grows it, multiplies it, serves with it. And that kind of thinking must become part of your identity. Your identity is the most powerful force in the universe. You will always behave in accordance with the man you believe yourself to be. If deep inside you still see yourself as unworthy, broke, struggling, or invisible, then no matter how much wealth you attract, you will repel it. But when you build an identity of wealth, not arrogance, but certainty, you become magnetic. The money that comes no longer feels accidental. It feels natural. And that naturalness is the final evidence that the law is working perfectly. You are not trying to get rich. You are becoming the kind of man who cannot help but attract riches. This shift from effort to identity is where ease enters. You will no longer push. You will be pulled. You will no longer chase. You will attract because you have trained your subconscious to see wealth as normal. But make no mistake, this training never ends. The mind, like the body, must be conditioned daily. You must return to the vision every morning. You must renew the belief every evening. You must speak the language of prosperity even when the world around you has not yet caught up. This is not denial, this is design. The law of attraction does not give you what you think about occasionally. It gives you what you hold with persistence, what you emotionalize with passion, and what you act upon with discipline. Now, let us refine this even more. True wealth is not just money. Money is only one form of abundance. And if your thinking is limited to money alone, you will eventually feel empty even when you are rich. Wealth is freedom. It is peace. It is the ability to choose. It is the power to create and contribute at will. You must begin to think about wealth in all forms, relational, spiritual, emotional, physical, and financial. Expand your definition and your vibration will expand with it. When you wake, give thanks not just for money, but for the wealth of opportunity, the wealth of health, the wealth of clarity, of relationships, of creativity. Gratitude in all areas opens the floodgates in every area. The man who appreciates small wealth is trusted with great wealth, because the law of attraction is not a blind engine. It is an intelligent mirror. It knows when you are ready, not by what you say, but by who you are. So build that man. Build him in thought. Build him in routine. Build him in attitude, in posture, in expectation. The more you become him internally, the faster your external reality shifts. And let us speak now of resistance. The law does not eliminate challenge. In fact, challenge is often the response to your growth. As you shift into a new vibration, old patterns will fight back. People from your past will test your boundaries. Circumstances will tempt you to revert. But this is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of transition. You are being asked, do you really want this? Not in words, but in experience. And your answer must be given not in excuses, but in consistency. Hold the vision in the storm, in the silence, in the season of no evidence. This is the highest discipline, to believe when there is no visible reason to, because your reason lives inside you. And it is in this consistency that the breakthrough happens. That moment when the old identity finally dies. When the old vibration loses its grip. When the world, having tested your certainty, finally matches it. Do not try to rush this moment. Respect it. Earn it. The law of attraction does not respond to the impatient. It responds to the persistent. And persistence means more than continuing to visualize. It means building habits that reflect your future. If you want to attract more money, manage the money you already have. If you want to attract better clients, serve the ones you have with excellence. If you want to attract more opportunity, prepare as if it's already on the way. This is not about pretending. This is about positioning. You position yourself through action, not random action, aligned action. The man who takes aligned action is unstoppable. He moves with conviction. He speaks with clarity. He shows up fully, not because he is chasing results, but because he is already living in the mindset of results. And the law cannot ignore a man like that. It has no choice but to respond. Now understand this final principle. You are not alone in this process. There is a force behind you. Some call it God. Some call it the universe. Some call it infinite intelligence. I call it the source from which all wealth flows. It is not distant. It is within you. It is the creative force that breathes life into your thoughts. That gives shape to your belief, that amplifies your intention. You are never without help, but you must invite it. Not through begging, but through belief. When you believe deeply, the universe conspires, not by accident, but by law. You will notice ideas arriving at the exact time you need them. People will call you with opportunities. Doors will open that you never knew existed. And when it happens, you will not be surprised. You will be grateful, because you have trained yourself to expect it. That expectation is the final key. Live not in desperation, but in calm certainty. Move not in panic, but in purpose. You are already on the path. You are already attracting wealth, even now, through the thoughts you are choosing, the emotions you are practicing, the energy you are radiating. So what should you do from here? Refine it, deepen it, strengthen it. Do not let today's circumstances dictate your vibration. Let your vibration dictate tomorrow's circumstances. And if you fall back, and you will at times, do not panic, do not quit, simply return. Return to your vision, return to your center. Return to your affirmation, your focus, your goal. The law of attraction is not offended by failure. It is indifferent to the temporary. It responds only to the dominant vibration over time. So return again and again to abundance until it becomes your resting state. Until you no longer ask, will I succeed? But say, of course I will. Until you no longer hope, but know. And one day you will look around and realize you are living in the life you once only imagined. The money is there. The freedom is there. The peace is there. But most importantly, you are there, a new man, forged not by luck, but by law. The law of attraction did not reward you for wanting. It rewarded you for becoming. So become again, and again, and again. There is no limit to how far you can go, except the limit you place in your own thinking. So remove it, and let the flow of wealth, of power, of purpose pour into your life as naturally as breath. You are no longer hoping. You are attracting. You are no longer chasing. You are receiving, because you have become the man who was worthy all along. And now the world knows it too.